Raffle League. It's your boys, the Tiermakers, back at it again with another one of our amazing, well thought out, and fully planned episodes of Tiermakers. It's your host, Zack and Jake, and joining us today is a guest host of ours, commissioner of the Raffle League, Andrew Smead. Andrew, welcome to the program.
Hello, thank you guys for having me. I hope it's okay, but I brought my family with me.
That's wonderful. I'm
You
so
forgot
glad
it was
they were all able to join.
Movember ended in November as well, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of got the Josh Allen bad mustache going.
The Josh Allen COVID. Doesn't he have COVID?
COVID Allen.
I'm just a big Luke Conway fan. I just trying to intimidate him. Not intimidate him, but the other one. Imitate him. How about that one?
Seduce?
You got it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. You certainly got it there. Well, this week, Andrew has brought to us some content where he is going to be, bringing up some statements made by league members just post draft, and we're going to be, of course, putting those into tiers. Andrew, you want to explain what exactly we're going to be rating today?
Yeah, so at the start of the year, when we were actually finalizing some of our new rules and voting on those, I asked everybody to provide a goal for this year and just see what they wanted to accomplish this season in fantasy football. So now that we got the regular season out of the way, I think this is a perfect opportunity to go through and recap them. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide how you want to, grade out these goals and their success. I'm not going to jump in.
Tie break though, if you're okay with that. You might have to tie break.
Yeah, I'm absolutely good with that.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that sounds like a really great time. So Andrew, let's lead off with someone easy here, and let's go with James Terhar. I think that's a good way for us to start out here.
Easy is how I would describe him for sure.
Yeah, we can start off with James here. He put James Terhar, and I want to win the championship, please. So maybe not an easy one to start with.
I mean,
was there anything
it's him or Sean,
that?
right? What'd you say, Jack? Sorry.
Okay, well, maybe it's him or Sean. I mean, there's a lot of other teams in the playoff bracket that it could be, one upset, you can get there. But was there anything before the statement "and I want" that we need to have context on? Because it's starting a sentence with "and," I feel like immediately bumps him to a lower tier for that terrible grammar.
Sure, I get the concern. I think that's on me. I should clarify. The question was worded your name and your goal for the year. So his entire sentence was James Terhar, and I want to win the championship, please.
It's still not great, but it's better with the context. I mean, he's got a very legitimate shot to win the championship, but I've been trying to get James to be an edgier person for like the last 7 years, and the use of please at the end doesn't make me super happy with that assertion. If you want it, take it, be a man or a woman or whatever you choose to be, I suppose. But come on, James. Don't be so docile.
I also feel like maybe this is a theme that will pop out, but some originality on the statement could have peppered it up a little bit. I'm thinking just his team is in position to do it, but I'm not thrilled with the statement. I'm thinking C tier right now to start us off.
I think that's fair.
Excellent. And just a quick word to our sponsors, the Minnesota Army National Guard. Please make sure to consider that for up to 100% tuition reimbursements, and especially as they are a proud supporter of our Gopher Athletics here in Minnesota. So shout outs to the Minnesota Army National Guard.
That's right.
Andrew,
who do we have next?
Yeah, let's see. Who should we do next, Jake? Your choice. I chose first.
I would love to do Clay Tucker next.
We all love to do Clay Tucker, but let's see what
a lot of people in line.
A lot of people have been saying they would love to do Clay
Tucker. Not after June, right?
That's true. but they still might be saying it. It's just a little bit harder.
Yeah.
So Clay's actually got the longest worded goal here.
Perfect.
Oh boy.
He says, my goal is to further continue my standings from the previous year and be a more detail-oriented manager than I have been in past years, making a run at the trophy.
Okay.
It's everything I would want his goal to be. You know, like calling out the fact that, like, hey, you know, maybe there were some instances where Clay missed out on the past, which, you know, maybe would have led him to a few more wins, kind of thing. But also he I mean, I think he was probably more detail oriented this year, but he still didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think he certainly was more detail oriented this year. I know I at least got approached for a trade offer, which is more than has happened in past years. So, you know, that right there, I think that the forward thinking mindset that he brought this year, I'm going to give him a B tier in my rating.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, he even liked a few posts in the group me, so that's like he's actually paying attention a little bit, a little bit,
a little bit more at least. So yeah, we'll start him off there, but with that dazzling smile, we might have to move him up if there's nobody else above him by the end.
Fair play.
Well, it's our favorite Chrome Dome. It's time for Matt Zabel and his beautiful bushy beard. Andrew, what was Matt Zabel's goal this year?
Yeah, Matt Zabel had a great goal. He said to make more time for this league. Who needs school?
I would say he didn't do that.
Well, hold on. Maybe. Let me pull up database 2.0 right here because I need to check a statistic out for Matt Zabel and see if first I have to see if this is tracked.
I'll throw in something here. He did have 2 trades this year.
That was what I was actually about to ask if this was if we have that tracked in here. Matt Zabel prior to this season has had 2 trades in his entire football career in the Raffle League. And this year, doubling that, I would say he did spend a little bit more time doing that this year.
I mean, he didn't start anybody that was on a bye or anything either, I don't think, right?
No, I don't think so.
The only people who did that was
Brandon,
right?
Yes. That guy's a bullet.
I think somebody started somebody who was hurt too, like that didn't play. I think that was David, right? Uncharacteristic. But anyway, you know, I think he made, quote, make more time for the league. He wasn't at the draft, right? I mean, he was at school. You know, I don't know. Is he even gonna watch this? I mean, Matt Zabel, if you watch this, text me when you see it and text me the word rutabaga. And if you do, then we'll move you up to S tier. But if you don't, then you're gonna stay in the C tier.
I do really like that as an option. I do want to just quick check the standings or the details here on acquisitions because maybe he had more acquisitions this year too.
I think he was around 14 or so acquisitions this year.
That's not great. I'm putting him in C tier.
Yep.
It's hard to put Matt Zabel in anything less than C with that big bushy beard of his.
He looks like an old man. He's
Well,
like one of those. He's like a president that, like, you know, goes to the White House, except for him, it's med school.
He actually only had 12 free agents added this year. But Matt Zabel has been known to just drop people. Although he also did have Henry Ruggs on the squad, which is that's a bad look. So C tier is as high as I think Matt Zabel can go in this one. All right, Jake, who's up next?
Bringing it on back to David Book.
David Book. I think you're gonna like David Book. He said his entire response was Davis and have fun, smiley face.
I think if we asked him right now whether or not he had fun, I don't know if he would say yes. He scored like 60 more points than me, but didn't make the playoffs. So I don't know if he had.
All right, my initial gut reaction is D tier. It would have been F tier prior to week 14, but he did finally break his curse against Andrew and was able to get his first win ever. That has to be at least up one tier of having into having fun.
This is the current rank. Oh, they're number 2. He's having a great time.
Okay.
It's gotta be. Oh, what happened? C, I'd say, yeah, C tier.
All right, we'll put him in C tier, but he might have to move down if we're all C tier, that because his terrible record and terrible time. Let's move on over to, I feel like it's time to talk about one of us.
Let's talk about me.
We'll talk about Jake here.
All right. So the first thing that I have to say, as a reminder, the prompt was your name and your goal for the year.
Yes, of course.
Did I not write my name?
Jake did not put his name. So do with that what you want. Luckily, my keen powers of observation were able to get this one traced back to Jake. And it's nice and simple. His goal was to win.
This is F tier material.
What?
We talked about how disappointing it was. This is the problem. We talked about how disappointing it was for James to have such little content involved.
Because he said please.
You of the minimum 4-word answer that was needed, you put 2 words.
I do have to step in here. I'm gonna leave the hosting up to you, but you should not put him F tier just because of some.
Okay, all right.
Because of some to come, a minimum of D.
Okay, D tier is fine. I feel like, all right, let's do Zach too. See it.
Okay.
You can put me in D tier so we can even each other out.
Yeah, let's see. Zach put his full name, Zach Eichten.
That's me.
And you said beat Davis in rivalry week, which you did.
You grab this from the wall right there. Boom. It's your boy.
Right. It's not the worst trophy, but it's not the best.
I haven't seen any other pictures of any other trophies. There are certainly no trophies out there. Well, you have one, but
yeah, I guess you don't Zoom often with Jackson Chalio because it's on his Zoom background. But I'll give you A tier because you did it.
Hell yeah. That was a good, that was an attainable goal. I feel like it was.
I mean, to be fair though, beating David this year.
We had a good week in week 7, didn't we? Let me grab it.
I had like the worst week of my life in week 7.
Week 7. That was a tough one for you, huh?
Yeah.
52 for you.
Everyone got hurt. They were hurt for like the next 5 weeks. It was great. I
had 111 to David's 95. That was good times. It could have been worse. Could have been Luke beating Clay by like half a point, like 0.3. Good times. Anyways,
do we want to round it out with Andrew to start with here?
Might as well. Let's knock us all out.
All right, my goal was make playoffs again.
He did do that. By the skin of his teeth, he did do that.
He did do that.
Little 5'9" Kyler Murray and his baby Jesus powers lifted an opposing team over Clay Tucker. And
I will never forgive you, Andrew, for making me cheer against Matt Zabel. Because I had to cheer against Matt Zabel so you would miss playoffs. And that was just mean and cruel of you, really.
Yeah.
You did do it though.
Right?
B tier.
Above Clay because Clay's not in the playoffs.
Yeah. B tier is fine. Get a nice distribution going here. All right. I feel like former reigning champ Luke is up next.
All right. Luke said to not go straight back to the bottom. And in parentheses, bottom.
Oh no.
Did he finish last?
He didn't finish dead last.
10th, I believe.
Yeah, his final was 10th, 6-8. But he did lose to Bryce in the last week. Which
That's pretty
isn't
rough.
that's a tough look. I mean, I almost lost to Bryce too, but here we are.
So he didn't achieve his goal, but it was also funny.
I feel like are we rating based on the funniness, or are we rating based on the achievability or the
I think we're
achievement?
rating on whatever we want.
I feel like this is kind of a D.
Okay. Luke has a nice D.
Luke does have a nice D. We've all felt it and seen it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Luke.
That's tough. He's not all the way at the bottom. He could be an F tier. But I feel like there's
reserving
somebody,
that. We were told to reserve the F tier. I don't think
I've just been taking pot shots randomly into this crowd of faces trying to find the worst one.
I don't think it's Jackson. So let's do Jackson next.
Okay.
Okay. I wish you good luck with this one because, well, I'll just say it and I'll let you guys decide. His full statement is, my name is Jackson, and my only goal for the 2021 season is to make Cy cry during draft weekend football game.
Well, we didn't play a football game.
Yeah, we didn't.
But Cy was the first person to leave, and I did hear tears as he walked out the door on Sunday morning. So
some loud tears.
Yeah. I don't know. We didn't like hoist him and hold him off the band balcony or anything like that. That used to make him cry too. But I don't know. He's back in Rosemount. We could play snow football and make him cry. I mean, it's not technically done yet. The season isn't done yet, right?
But he did specify at the draft weekend, didn't he?
Oh, he did.
Right.
It's got to be C then, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling like that was a C. Here's what I'll say. It was a fun goal, but I don't think it was necessarily fully achieved. But
I mean,
a unique goal, at least.
Not necessarily his fault, though, either.
Right. We didn't play football.
Certainly was a unique goal, which is good. Okay. We're really just leaning into the crowd here. All three of these guys, I feel like, could be a real meme machine on what this response could be.
Based on Andrew's body language, I don't think it's Sean. So
all right, let's go with Sean. I like
you want to go Sean? Okay.
Sean's respectable.
Unless it's the worst one, we should save it for the last.
Sean put 11th or better, please God.
S tier. He did it.
Literally the best team that the league maybe has ever seen.
Second best. I think my 2019 season still reigns supreme, but that was an S tier answer, Sean. And I'm proud of you. Sean's going back to the championship game. It's faded. This time I think he's gonna win it. All right.
I think I'm gonna lead you here. And okay. We're gonna do Cy next.
That sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds correct.
Well, it sounds about right, but I think you'll be surprised, but also not surprised. He put his name, but he did not put any goals. He did not set a goal.
And he made the playoffs, so
he didn't do anything.
No, he put his name. That's it. Cy, 3 letters.
What a doofus.
That guy is a Cy.
Recent Timberwolves fan, Cy sunk him.
I really don't know. As far as we know, the goal has been achieved. But also simultaneously not achieved.
All right.
It's Seidinger's goal.
I didn't have my name, but I had a goal.
So I didn't have a goal, but he had his name. D tier. I love it. That works for me. All right. Brandon, should we put him in F tier and then talk about why? We don't know what he said yet, but I feel like
put him in C for now.
For evenness. Okay.
Brandon put absolutely brutalize whoever skin little ass is also in the championship to rightfully claim my birthright of fantasy league champion.
And then oh my God, Brandon.
That is the ultimate jinx. Holy shit, that's the ultimate jinx.
I don't think it's a jinx. I think he did it to himself. He didn't start players like 3 weeks in a row. And then the 1 week I played him, he scored like 160 points. Fucking douche. God. Makes me so mad.
That still is the ultimate jinx, though, because he had the biggest collapse of a football season I've ever seen in the history of this league. Has this ever happened where
it was his own doing? He didn't start players for like 3 weeks.
But Derrick Henry died.
I don't care. You got to start players.
I mean, yeah, that is true. You do have to do that.
It was like 3 weeks.
This is an F tier goal. This has
the fact that he not only set himself up for the championship and finished last, it's the aggressiveness and assertiveness of the goal.
Well, so Andrew, he did say championship, and we've referred to the Sacco as a championship before.
Have we?
I don't.
It's the bottom championship.
The bottom championship.
Bottom.
I mean, at least he has the chance to compete for a title this year. Let's just say that.
That is a good point. That is a really good point. I still feel like the energy and the tone of that response compared to the reality of his current situation, finishing in last place after having a massive points for lead at the beginning of the season. This has got to be one of the worst predictions I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's a real kick to the seeds.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we have our tiers, unless we want to move anybody out of C tier. But
remind me what David's was again.
David and have fun, smiley face.
No, that if anything that moves down, yeah. That seems more right. That seems like I feel like none of our goals were that great. Wait, what was Jake's? Remind me what Jake's was.
To win. I did that more than I lost.
Yeah.
And I still have an opportunity.
You can move him up to C tier.
It's the number 4 seed.
You didn't have your name on it. Yeah, you got to stay in D tier. Max, you get docked points for not putting your name on your assignment.
Yeah.
But Sai should get a 0 for not completing the assignments.
Hey, even if you just put C on your ACT, you still get a 13. So
true, good point. Okay. Well, that is all we have for this week on Tiermakers. Thanks all for joining us on this wonderful adventure and reminiscence of the great times that we've had in achieving the goals that we could achieve and not achieving the ones that were bad. So that is all we have for this round.
Poetic.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.